Hello guys and welcome to another Age of Empires 4 casted game. This time we have FalkoN again with us, playing as the Holy Roman Empire as usual in the Call of Teal, against his opponent, playing as the Delhi Sultanate, is Don Ardi. Welcome everybody to another game. FalkoN has a very interesting story. Was talking to him a few days ago, and you know, he was your average, not really average, right? But he was like in Diamond League, like in Season 6. And then he just decided to get good, like a few months ago. And he started playing like, probably like 10 matches a day. Maybe some days less, some days more. But in any case, he's not playing with the big boys. Therefore, we have it here in the cast, playing as against Don Ardi. Very good player. If you haven't checked Don Ardi's channel, make sure to check it out. It has a very good, I wouldn't say tutorial series, but it's an interesting playlist about how to get to Conqueror with very low APM and all about decision making. And takes me back to the FalkoN story, where he was just telling me that, to be honest, the only thing that has got better, no, obviously besides macro, this kind of stuff, it's just making better decisions. I just start making better decisions and I start ranking up. And he has been playing against guys like Valdemar, Kiljardi, Don Ardi. So it's really inspiring because just maybe a couple of months ago, he was nowhere near their level, and now he's here with us. So the reason I tell you this story is because it's just show you how important decision making is in this game. Like, BC was talking about it the other day in his stream about how important decision making is in Age of Empires 4 and how he likes Age of Empires 4 so much because of the strategy element. One of the few games out there that actually strategy really matters. And the more and more you know about the game, the more knowledge you have, the more strategies you think about, you know, how to react to your opponent, how to think ahead, and all this kind of stuff. So it's really just amazing to see how much decision making, how far it can take you. Let's get back into the game. Don Ardi aging up with the Tower of Victory. Now, if you don't know Don Ardi, he's very well known for playing for the memes. Don't get me wrong, he's a really good player. But he's also very well known for a massive villager pool, YOLO moves, out of the box thinking, very unconventional playstyle, and it's one of the few out there that started Age of Empires 4 a long time ago and was really good about it. Obviously comes from other Age of Empires titles before, so he has a lot of experience. And let's see what FalkoN has with us. Now, Holy Roman Empire these days have been really strong lately. Basically because their economy in Feudal Age is just out of this world. They can just put a few farms here and there, and to be honest, it's just really good with farms. Even if you delay your military a little bit, it pays off really fast because you have 40% buff that you get from this guy. Let me take a look. Inspire, yeah, 40% gathering rate. So normally I will say Holy Roman Empire is a hard counter to Delhi, just because they do get access to, you know, man-at-arms, so they have marching drills and all this kind of stuff. Very formidable opponent in the Feudal Age. Now Delhi, usually we will see them playing with very aggressive playstyle, usually opening up with a Gassy Raider just to get a little bit of map control, following up with some archers, some infantry units, and start getting those secret sites. So we're already having the blacksmith here for Don Ardi. I get those blacksmith upgrades right away. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the FalkoN, what he's doing. Has plenty of sheep next to the Icon Chapel, so his food economy should be very good for the long time, for a very long time. A stable already up for him. Meanwhile, Don Ardi looks like, now one of the things these players do very well is scout. And Don Ardi, let's take a look at his vision. Don Ardi He's about to scout which building he's gonna make. He's about to see it. He's about to see it. There you go. He sees the stable, and let's see what is his immediate reaction. Is he gonna cancel this, or is he gonna go for some barracks as the defense? Where you see the barracks here ready for FalkoN, and the first horseman is already out. Cassy Riders are gonna be on the way for Don Ari, and he's gonna go for some archers. It's like FalkoN is gonna go for the melee only composition here. That's the way that men fight. Just fist fights, honorable matches, no attacking from the distance. Blacksmith already up for him, so they're gonna be fighting in the Feudal Age for quite a long time, I suspect. Quite a long time, which is normally you expect this from the Delhi Sultanate, but usually the Holy Roman Empire have been doing this quite a while. And a lot of players have been playing the Holy Roman Empire lately just because they realize, hey, actually, this civilization is actually very, very good in the Feudal Age. Especially because they have the marching drills. All these units, they don't skip the legs, they are really fast. FalkoN are already there with a little bit more units than Don Ari. Now the question is, the sacred sites, are they gonna be captured or not? Is he gonna be able to defend the sacred sites? Because you cannot just send the scholar there. This is gonna get killed, right? So you need to have more military than your opponent. It looks like Don Ari is waiting for a big mass, and he has the opportunity to put those scholars here. He haven't put any scholar yet, so these units are gonna take a little bit long time. I already have a couple of scholars here just to boost those upgrades. Already gonna get a +1 range armor soon, but FalkoN already there with a +1 range armor, so it's not getting behind on the military upgrades. Scout's gonna see that army, he's gonna say, yep, guys, that's an army. Careful there. Gonna be able to lose the scout here. Aldonari says, you know what, actually, I'm gonna pull back for the moment, and he's actually walling up the secret site at the top. I'm wondering if FalkoN is gonna notice this. Just because if you don't have the notification, you really don't know, and you really don't care until you see that notification that you send a couple of horsemen there to deal with the scholar. It's gonna be a sneaky wall, and when the wall is finished, gonna send the scholar. Scholar still not gonna be on the building, so they're gonna be prioritizing getting those sacred sites. There you go. Single archer building those walls here, just to keep those sacred sites away from FalkoN for the time being. Let's take a look at FalkoN's base. Already have the 111 classic spearman archer stable. It's like another archer range coming up for him. No farm transition yet. Still have plenty of sheep. Never mind, it's about to finish the sheep yet. So I'm gonna be thinking about getting those farms probably around the Akron Chapel. It's actually gonna go for the deer at the front. It's pretty safe with the army he has. He can gather these resources, no problem. Meanwhile, this archer is gonna be finishing this wall really soon. I'm guessing Don Ari just really wants to make sure that he can capture the sacred site. You don't want to lose a scholar. Military numbers are pretty similar, but FalkoN still have a little bit more than Don Ari. And starting to gather the deer. Now, luckily for Don Ari, his deer is at the back. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. He can easily wall here. Have the deer for him. Meanwhile, FalkoN needs to put an outpost here. Pray for the best that these villagers don't get murdered in the attempt. Now, something to keep in mind is that Don Ari have the Tower of Victory. And these archers have 20% attack speed. So I'm guessing Don Ari is just waiting for that +1 range attack to go for it. I mean, probably he's got his opponent, he checks all the upgrades, says, okay, +1 range armor, +1 attack. I'm not going there. I'm gonna wait for my upgrades. Otherwise, just gonna be fighting in a disadvantage, you know? Scout's gonna spot the army, but looks like FalkoN is gonna lose the scout here. Now, he knows the army now, how big or how small it is. Looks like he's pulling back for the moment. And Donar is just going for it. Meanwhile, these archers are already finished here. Scholar will be arriving soon to the sacred site. A little bit late on the sacred site timing. But to be honest, there's not much you can do with such a big army here. You don't want to risk the Scholar. So I think this is the right move. Like, at least this thing is gonna be safe for quite a long time. While FalkoN is starting to mix a couple of man-at-arms, which is extremely annoying, to be honest. Like, these guys, even if they don't do damage, they're gonna tank a lot of damage. So this is why it's so hard for the Delhi just to fight against the Holy Roman Empire, because they can just get those man-at-arms. And 24 archers is just not enough to kill one early man-at-arms. They have 4 range armor. This guy has 6 attacks, so they do 2 per shot. So that's not exactly a good amount of damage. You're gonna need those gassy raiders, but at the same time, who's gonna deal with those archers? So it's a tough situation for the Delhi Sultanate, definitely. Another scout for FalkoN just to check how big the army it is. It says, yes it is, my friend. Yes it is. Another sacred site is gonna be captured here. Well, let's take a look at the income per minute. Gotta be careful not to lose those gassy raiders. And a lot of archers from Don Ari. They're actually having that attack speed, and gassy raiders managed to get a hit on those man-at-arms, which is really good for him. Man-at-arm is gonna be tanking damage, and Spearman nowhere nearby. FalkoN missing a huge opportunity to deal damage to those gassy raiders. But numbers for FalkoN is starting to look really good, actually. There's another raid happening here. Don Ari had to take care of it at the same time, and Don Ari had 30 archers, and FalkoN now has the archer advantage. That's the beauty of having those man-at-arms. Look at how much damage they can tank. Basically, 3 attacks from all these archers that could have easily gone for these archers here in the back. Now this horseman is gonna take a while to capture that sacred site. Meanwhile, this one, Don Ari already sending some gassy raiders. I don't think Don Ari is really planning to go to Castle Age anytime soon. Has to fight in the Feudal Age. That's where he's has the most advantages, because you can have the sacred sites and your opponent doesn't. I don't know if he has a market somewhere where he can sell the gold and actually just... And he's using the gold for more scholars. +1 melee attack coming soon for him. And now the berries at the front, they are finished, and looks like he will have to go for the back now. Meanwhile, this is a big army, man-at-arms. It's a tough one for Delhi. It's a tough one for sure. All these man-at-arms are gonna be tanking a lot of damage, and not enough gassy raiders here. Not exactly the unit counter, but that's the best you can have in the Feudal Age for now. While the sacred site's not gonna be the capture for now, FalkoN is gonna be pushed away from the deer for the time being. Meanwhile, gassy raiders just trying to hit those man-at-arms at the front line, but the archers just doing very little damage to those man-at-arms, and they should be focusing on the archers, but those man-at-arms are just so annoying. So far, pretty equal tradings for both players, but the problem is 8 man-at-arms are out there. This is really hard to deal with. This is really hard to deal with. You may want to have like more gassy raiders at the end, just to deal with that, and less archers. But at the same time, Gassy Raiders are really expensive on food. Looks like Donati has been pushed back into his base. Sacred Sight's gonna be the capture. Look at the speed of those archers. Attack so fast with a 20% attack speed. Looks like Donati will go for another push. This time there's no spearman around. Actually, only 4 spearmen for FalkoN. So actually Donati has a really good chance here to actually make some damage. The spearmen already arrived. Hopefully Donati snipes those right away. Nice take down one, but the spearman's still there, and Gassy Raiders took a lot of damage. Only one spearman on the field. Looks like Donati will be able to push. Gassy Raiders doing very good damage against those man-at-arms. Meanwhile, archer numbers for FalkoN starting to not look so good now. And now the archers are pulling back. Looks like we're seeing kind of like a ping-pong fight here, like push into the enemy base, push back to the other enemy, to the other opponent's base. Scholar's gonna be pulled here, basically a pray-to-win situation. Honestly, I was thinking about this a whole time, like, what other advantage you can have in the Feudal Age? Well, you do have Scholars, so it may be worth it to heal those units out. I'm just not sure how much healing 3 Scholars can do here. But they're definitely... they're gonna count for something, right? Something like a pray-to-win situation, guys. Scholar's gonna be running away. And so far, both players keep trading units. The problem is just the food. It's gonna have a deer pack here in the back, and that's pretty much it. Now, villager count wise, FalkoN have been able to take down 3 villagers, but it's not a significant difference, especially when you do have the sacred sites going on for him. And looks like Donati probably thinking about a Castle Age. That's a lot of Gassy Raiders, I should tell you. And not enough spearmen out there yet. Spearman gets sniped right away. Not gonna be able to get any damage to those Gassy Raiders. And the Gassy Raiders just keep pushing, but the spearman numbers are increasing now. They are up to 6. And the Gassy Raider number is just back to 11. So looks like Donati will have to pull back again from a fight that looked very good for him at the beginning. Sacred Sight's gonna be the capture in the south. Let's see if Donati sends someone there. This wall have been paying dividends. They should raise the salary of that archer that built a wall there. Military unit of the month. More Gassy Raiders here, but spearman numbers are just gonna be too much for now. Too much to deal with those Gassy Raiders. Meanwhile, more man-at-arms coming, and now FalkoN with a big advantage on the military. Now we're talking about 10 more military units, but also 5 of them are man-at-arms, and Donati don't have this critical mass for archers when he can just deal with the man-at-arms in one shot. It's a really tough situation for the Daily, and usually it's the Daily who actually pumps units. But looks like the Holy Roman Empire so wants to pump more units in the Feudal Age. Now that's a lot of gold for FalkoN. A little bit of a miss macro there, but to be honest, you can always sell it. You can always age up later. Think about the age up. If you age up, you upgrade these units. It's gonna be a tough one. The question is, how do you finish this game? And I think the answer we're about to see now is food is about to run out. Let's see if Don already has some farms. No farms yet for him. Food is about to run out. War is not available for him as the Delhi Sultanate. And looks like Gazi Raiders will go for a raid. Looks like they will manage to find some villagers here at the berries. Missed opportunity here for Don Ardi to catch quite a few villagers. Looks like he's gonna go for the next one. FalkoN does know about this. He goes to the corner and he managed to spot the villagers. It's quite a few villagers down here. At the same time, FalkoN goes for an attack directly into the base of Don Ardi. And quite a lot of Gazi Raiders will go down here. Looks like FalkoN is about to hit the Asia bottom. Don Ardi with a little bit of a food problem. He needs to keep pumping units, but there's just not enough food. He's going there for a mass, very quick farm transition. 1.3k wood per minute. At the same time, FalkoN just aging up with a wreck this cathedral. 15 villagers. It's gonna be able to upgrade those, especially those archers. And more importantly, gonna get veterancy for those man-at-arms. And meanwhile, Don Ardi have run out of food. FalkoN has some farms for himself, which is giving a fair good amount of food. Only some berries here left, but he still has some farms, so he's really not gonna be able to stop the unit production. Meanwhile, man-at-arms are already getting veterancy really soon. Heavy maces as well. There's no heavy units yet, but anyway. Meanwhile, siege engineering coming for Don Ardi, and I suspect this may be one of those situations when Don Ardi does a massive YOLO. He's not the type of guy that surrenders, the type of guy that just pulls everyone here. He doesn't have any food. His opponent is on Castle Age. Are we seeing the villager, the classic Don Ardi villager pull? No, not there yet. But there's plenty of units in the FalkoN space. It's like Don Ardi have to take this fight because before these archers get veterancy, Gazi Raiders is gonna try to raid some villagers. Wall not gonna happen here. And Don Ardi with 58 military units is managing to clean this up. Veterancy for archers not there yet. Monk in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the problem is just a man-at-arms. They just have too much range armor, too much HP. They're just gonna tank all the damage from those archers. 26 archers just not gonna make it against 10 man-at-arms, especially when those archers are taking down your own archers. It's like Don Ardi went for another raid. Managed to kill a significant amount of villagers, 11. The problem is just the food. You can see how desperately he's trying to go for that farm transition. Meanwhile, Sacred Sites, only one of them capture. The one with the walls. Gonna have to give a raise to that archer. But anyway, I'm sure he's dead already. Now let's see how good Gazi Raiders do against those veteran man-at-arms. I think they're not gonna be as good as I think. But actually not bad. Not bad at all. Don Ardi, despite everything, still alive. Veteran spearmen are already there. Meanwhile, Don Ardi going for another batch of farms. He's trying to rush that farm transition. Gold still running passively for him, but the problem is FalkoN is gathering 2 relics already. He has 2 relics at home. The third one is about to be grabbed here. And the other 2 are a little bit hard to grab, but you know, 3 relics for the Holy Roman Empire with the Regnes Cathedral. These landmarks, these give extra gold, like double the amount of gold while you put the relics here. Or in an outpost or a keep or whatever. So it's just massive, massive boost. Don't worry, just going there with those archers. Cassie Raider gonna be sacrificing. Now FalkoN, with not only the military advantage now, he also have the tech advantage. That have all those units upgraded. Cassie Raiders will try to go for another raid. Looks like he will find more villagers, but at the same time, Don Art is fighting here. These man-at-arms already have +2 range armor. They are not gonna go down really fast. Meanwhile, more farms coming up for him. He can't afford to lose this army. He just needs to keep running away for now. At this point, you can send like 5 man-at-arms here just to cause some chaos. They won't be able to deal anything, to deal any kind of damage to those man-at-arms. Looks like FalkoN now, it's going for it. I'll take down 1 villager. Don Artie managed to kill 22 villagers. I have to give credit to Don Artie, despite being in this situation, managed to kill a lot of villagers. But you can see here, like the Holy Roman economy in the Castle Age is just out of this world with those farms around the Akon Chapel, the relics. It's just not enough, and now the farms are really exposed. It doesn't have any kind of defensive structure here in the Feudal Age. There's not much you can do here. And we're talking about 66 units against 25, so it's gonna be a tough one for Don Artie. He needs to age up now, but he's nowhere near aging up. Villagers doing the long distance wonder, and there you go. Right into the food economy. It's time for some payback here. And with those villagers, that's the only food resource that Don Artie have, and the food economy has stopped completely for him. Meanwhile, more units coming here. Look at this chat. Look at this chat. Take a look at those. Screenshot. There you go. More villagers coming down. It's a really tough one for Don Artie, I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have to pull a miracle here. Villagers fighting for their life. They actually do some decent damage. 8 damage each? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. They do fight with honor. This is the villager fight, guys. Not bad at all, but Don Artie is already down to 44 economic units. Not enough to do a massive villager pull, and he indeed taps out. Well played by these 2 players. I'll put a link in the description where you can follow Don Artie. And I see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed.